Friday morning here at Wickham now, with the sound of 3 Daft Monkeys blasting away in the background. But right now I'm joined by Barbara Dickson and Rab Noakes.
Hello.
How are you both doing?
We are very well, thank you. We arrived last night, but we didn't come to the festival.
No.
But we came last night, so we woke up this morning in Hampshire, which was lovely.
Yeah. And it's a sunnier day today as well.
Nice.
Yes, I was going to say, you've certainly brought the sun with you today after a carpet of straw trying to cover the mud.
No extra charge.
Have you been playing lots of festivals this summer?
Not a huge amount of festivals. We have played a lot of shows. We've done a tour earlier, April and May. There was a couple of weekends full of shows, and in June we had quite a lot. We did a total of about 20, mostly art centres, small theatres.
Yes.
One festival at Beverley. But we're delighted to be here, to be invited here, and to be here, because we'd like to do more festivals.
And we love it. We love the kind of way, the kind of old vibe. I know it's an old hippie expression, but there is a kind of vibe. These things. There's just lots of artists. It gives us a chance to see other artists, to speak to people we know. We've just bumped into Ross Ainsley and Jarlath and all those people, that we know already. And it's unusual, if you think about it. Most artists don't bump into other artists because you're usually on yourself and they come the week afterwards.
You wave across station platforms.
Yes, exactly. So to be here with everybody else.
Motorway service stations and the like.
Yeah. And Rab's right, we did a tour, and this is our last show. It's 6 weeks or so since we played together, and we're going to do this show, and then we don't meet until next year. Rab goes off, does his projects, and I go off and do mine.
I was going to say, because of course you've both got well-established careers of your own, but did you cross paths a lot as you were sort of both on your way up as well? And this is sort of a revisit of that.
Oh, very much so. It's fundamental. We met in the mid-60s, first of all, and we were both freshly interested in folk song at that time. So that was kind of at the heart of what our interests were. But as we got to know one another, we found that we'd been listening to a lot of the same pop music over the years, and particularly things like the Everly Brothers were big favourites. And we started to sing together at that time in the mid to late 60s, and we've sung together off and on ever since. And on here we're both, I'd like to say, to think anyway, still in good voice, and we really thoroughly enjoy singing together. It's that male and female thing where when we get the harmony pattern right, we're both operating in roughly the same sort of strong part of our registers. So it's quite a good sound.
It's a great sound, and we love it because we've done all these dates now this year, having not worked together for 40 years. I mean, we really haven't. We've been friends all this time. We haven't kind of just re-met each other. We've been friends all the time. So Rab knows what I've been doing for 40 years, and I know what he's been doing for 40 years. But we've never worked together on stage, and we've done it now, which it's been fantastic, because not only has it been such a pleasure, and it's very different as well for me. It's quite different to what I normally do. And but it's so enjoyable, and it's been nice to travel. We've been travelling around together, apart from this show where we've had to sort of converge here, but we've been travelling around together. We've spent time together, my husband and Rab's wife. We've been all together, the four of us. It's been lovely. It's been really harmonious in more ways than one.
Oh, definitely, yes. Other things that's worth mentioning we've been involved in recent years have been some concerts around Jerry Rafferty. Jerry Rafferty was a friend of both of ours for many years. I first met him in 1969, I think roughly the same time. And I was asked to produce a concert for Celtic Connections back in 2012.
Jerry died in 2011, so that was the...
So it was kind of a year on, we did a concert with a full band and lots of guest artists singing Jerry's songs, and Barbara was part of that. And then we had another one in April of this year, which would have been his 67th birthday in his hometown. And we had a small 20-odd piece section from the RSNO, Royal Scottish National Orchestra.
Like a sort of chamber.
Sinfonietta, I think.
Was it? Oh, it was a symphony. Is that bigger than a chamber?
I think it is, isn't it? Or is it smaller than a chamber?
I don't know, I think
that's what it's called. 24, 25
pieces.
It was
beautiful.
And that was really interesting. So we've been involved together creatively in those kind of projects as well. Right?
Has that sort of project, working with, I guess, a different type of thing with the orchestral side, is that something that's fired you up for further projects you might look at in the future?
I think it's the diversity of doing things like that. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it. You see, I was with management for about 30 years. With the management were very, very strict about, well, we think you should do that, we don't think you should do that. And a lot of artists will find this. And now I don't have that management, and I decide what I want to do. And my ability to be able to choose fabulous projects, like doing that, those concerts with Rab in Scotland, and they're so satisfying musically and emotionally. I mean, I get an enormous amount out of just seeing what I can do. It's realising my potential, and I think Rab's the same. And I advise every musician to try and push themselves to the limit if they can, to realise their potential. It's only by doing that you find out what you can do.
Yeah. And when you can do it, you are there making hopefully a valuable contribution
and something
to something
new comes
as well,
out
and something
of it.
new comes out of that. All collaborations have that kind of uniqueness in what is actually achieved, what's created.
And
it simply
hopefully-
wouldn't have happened
Exactly.
otherwise, right? You wouldn't have done on your own.
Exactly.
What you
and
do
hopefully
with that.
greater than the sum of the parts is I think what we decided, that
That's-
we both do our own thing and enjoy it and love it and are highly regarded. But when we get together, it's something else
There's
indeed.
something else in there.
There's a wee
that third
ingredient
element,
in there.
that and third and fourth element, the layers of elements.
Exactly.
And we are plotting to do some more next year, hopefully some more festivals.
We'd
But
love to do more festivals.
Just looking at the schedule of
Yeah.
that, we made an EP before this tour, but it was designed to be representative of what the concerts were going to be. So we did it live in the studio
In an afternoon.
in 6 songs in one afternoon. And got it down.
And
A project that's tucked away for both of us then, I think, is are we going to do any more recording and maybe do something that's a wee bit more, spend a bit more time
Slightly
on it
more
and
ambitious.
do something
But you know
more
that
ambitious.
little afternoon recording of ours was chosen as one of the 5 best recordings, folk music recordings of the summer by the Daily Telegraph. Which is unbelievable. He just said, this is kind of, it's kind of lo-fi, but it's fantastic. We went, is he talking about us? And there we were.
Oh, well done.
I mean, I'm not bragging, but it's just so amazing. When I think about the angst-ridden hours I've spent in recording studios, redoing things for the 50th time, and then you do something in an afternoon, 6 tracks, and the guy from the Daily Telegraph says, you know something, this is great.
Because it wasn't designed to catch that kind of attention.
No.
We did it so that there would
it
be
wasn't.
something for people to buy at the shows and take away as a souvenir, a little bit of airplay for promotional purposes. We didn't really think it was going to be kind of analysed, but then you put your work out, you've no idea where it's
People
going
are
to
going to look at it, aren't they? Yeah. So, obviously, with all your great projects coming up, I wish you all the best with that. But of course, today it's about Wickham, and I'm sure you're going to have a great show. I'm sure there's a good opening about that for you, and you brought the sunshine with you.
It's a lovely day, and it's just such a pleasure to be here.
Aye, thanks to all the people of Wickham. We've been very well looked after. It's very well organised here, and you know that yourself because a lot of effort has gone into the organisation. But it's very noticeable from a performer's point of view when you come into something.
When you get to the gate and there's a man there who's got your name there and says this is where to go, to all the production
and your name's
people.
on the dressing room.
It's fantastic. It's well organised and just it's a pleasure for us to be doing this. And we didn't come round this area on our tour. The only sort of south coast thing we did was a showroom. So we didn't come across here. So hopefully there will be people from all over who've converged on Wickham today, and we'll get a few more people just knowing what we're playing.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers. It's been great. Thanks.